Hello children, you are most welcome. My name is Mwanda Hamid. I'm going to take you through science today. So I hope you are prepared. I know you are very good children. You have everything there. You have your books, you have your pencil, your pen, and everything. So in our lesson for today, this is what I expect. I expect you to define the term water cycle, to define rain and rainfall. Then after that, we are going to identify the processes involved in the rain cycle. Then lastly, we are going to draw the illustration showing the rain cycle or rain formation. So I hope you are very ready and prepared to go through this lesson very quickly. It is a very simple one, and you know our lessons come in sessions. So in our session 1, we are going to talk about water cycle. What is water cycle? Define the term water cycle. So as usual, my children, you know what we do here. I am going to pause for some 1 minute and you get a definition for water cycle. What do you think it means? So we give you time to think. Then you come up with some idea about water cycle. 1 minute. Okay? Thank you. I hope you are done. Now what you are going to do, compare your answer with mine. What is water cycle? Or define the term water cycle. What do you mean by the term water cycle? So we are saying here, water cycle is the process by which rain is formed. What is water cycle, my children? Water cycle is the process by which rain is formed. We are going to spell some words here. Can we spell the word process? Process. P-R-O-C-E-S-S. Process. Then can we spell the word rain quickly? Rain. R-A-I-N. Rain. Can we spell formed very fast? Formed. F-O-R-M-E-D, formed. So what is rain cycle once more? Rain cycle is the process by which rain is formed. This word rain cycle, we can call it rain cycle, we can call it water cycle, or we can also call it rain formation. That's why I was saying rain cycle and yet we have water cycle. It has the same meaning. If we don't call it water cycle, we can call it rain cycle, or we can call it rain formation. And what is rain cycle? What is water cycle? Water cycle is the process by which rain is formed. We move on to the second session. What is there in our second session? Session 2, we are going to define the term rain. What is the meaning of the term rain? So still, I am going to give you 1 minute. Then you come up with some idea. What is rain? You see it every day. You receive it every day. You see it every day taking place. What do you think it means? 1 minute. Okay. Thank you so much. Now, what we are going to do, compare what you have written with my answer here. What is rain? Rain is water falling in separate droplets from the sky. What is rain? Rain is water falling in separate droplets from the sky. So that is basically rain. We are going to spell some words very quickly. Spell falling. Falling. F-A-L-L-I-N-G. Falling. Can we children spell separate? Separate. S-E-P-A-R-A-T-E. Separate. Then can we spell the word droplets very fast? Droplets. D-R-O-P-L-E-T-S. Droplets. And sky? Sky. S-K-Y. Sky. So what is rain? Rain is water falling in separate droplets from the sky. That is that. So we are going to continue to our session 3. What is there? Session 3, we are going to talk about rainfall. What is the meaning of the term rainfall? What is rainfall? After knowing that rain is water falling in separate droplets from the sky. So what is rainfall? Can we think about it? Someone meant to come up with some idea, anything that you think, and then we shall compare with mine here. Okay, I have you. I think you have very brilliant ideas. Now let us compare your idea with mine here. What is rainfall? Rainfall is the amount of rain received in an area. Can we say that, everyone? Rainfall is the amount of rain received in an area. Then when we talk about rain, water falling in separate droplets from the sky. But rainfall is the amount of rain received in an area. Can you spell the word amount quickly? Amount, A-M-O-U-N-T, amount. Then received, R-E-C-E-I-V-E-D, received. Can we also spell the word area, my good children? Area, A-R-E-A, area. So what is rainfall? Rainfall is the amount of rain received in an area. That is that. We move on. Can we go to session 3? In session 3, we are going to look at the processes that are involved in the rain cycle, or in the water cycle, or in rain formation. So what are those processes? There are other processes, but for us we are going to look at only 3 processes. But there are some other processes. When you go to P6 and P7, you'll hear some other processes that are there in the rain formation or in the water cycle. But we have 3. Before I give them to you, can you try to think, maybe you have ever heard about them in P2 or P1? What are these 3 processes that you have ever heard? 1 minute to think about them and write them down. Then we shall compare with mine. Okay, I hope you are done. I hope you have written them. Can we compare mine and yours? So what are these 3 processes? These 3 processes, we have what we call evaporation. Can you say evaporation? Evaporation, that is okay. Then we also have what we call transpiration. Transpiration. Then we also have what we call condensation. Condensation. So these are the 3 processes that we are going to look at as in P3. Then when you go to other upper classes, they will introduce you to some other processes that will also be very simple, like these ones. Can we read through quickly? 1, evaporation. 2, transpiration. And 3, condensation. We are going to spell these words quickly, my good children. Evaporation, E-V-A-P-O-R-A-T-I-O-N, evaporation. Then you can spell transpiration, transpiration, T-R-A-N-S-P-I-R-A-T-I-O-N, transpiration. And lastly, can we spell the word condensation? Condensation, C-O-N-D-E-N-C-A-T-I-O-N, condensation. Now we have some tricks that we give you such that you don't lose out, you don't lose the spelling of this word. So when you are writing the word condensation, you'll first of all write the word conden with N. Some of you tend to skip this one when you are writing it. So you are going to write the word conden, C-O-N-D-E-N, conden, up to here. Then you write the word sat, C-A-T. Then you write ion. That one will give you a proper spelling. So you write conden, sat, ion. But as one word, don't separate them. Then the word will be condensation. So we are going to move on and see. This is what we call the water cycle. Or if we don't call it water cycle, we call it rain cycle or rain formation. So this is an illustration of water cycle. So in the water cycle we have three processes, and we have indicated them here. So we have a process that occurs on water bodies. When the sun hits the water body, there is some process that occurs there. We are going to see it. Then we have another process that happens on the clouds. So there is a process here on water bodies, or on a water body. Then another process occurs here on the clouds. Then also there is a process that happens, that occurs on plants. So those are the three processes. Then other processes, they will tell you where they occur. So what is the first one? When the sun hits the water body here, water will evaporate. So meaning the process we have here on the water body will be evaporation. Remember we talked about the three processes up. We had evaporation, we had condensation, and we also had transpiration. So evaporation occurs on water bodies. So when the sun hits this, it will evaporate. And you know the meaning of the term evaporation. This is when water turns into water vapor. So it will turn into water vapor and moves up into the atmosphere. Because it will be warm, it will reach, it will go up the clouds and it will condense. So our C here is condensation. The process that occurs here, A, is evaporation. Where does it occur? On water bodies. Then up on clouds, what shall we have there? Condensation. So when it evaporates, it reaches the clouds and condenses. Then after condensing, it will continue condensing and cooling, condensing and cooling. Then it will form some heavy droplets. So it will be those droplets that will again follow, because they are now heavy. They have condensed there and they are heavy. So they will keep falling and we shall get rainfall. So this happens on water body, and if there are plants here, on plants we shall have what we call transpiration. So the process that occurs on plants is transpiration. So those are three processes. We have evaporation on water bodies, we have condensation on clouds, then we have transpiration on plants or on trees. So those are the three processes that are involved in the rain formation, in water cycle, or in the rain cycle. So they are here. As here we indicated them using letters. A, this C is on clouds up here, then B on plants. So we have A as evaporation, then we have B as, B is here, so B is transpiration, then we have C, C is somewhere here, so C is condensation. And when you are writing these words, make sure you write them with very proper spelling, very correct spelling. So my good children, this is the end of our lesson, and what we are going to do is settle down and do this simple activity that you get there at the end of the lesson. Thank you for listening to me. Let us meet in the next lesson.